Firstly, welcome to everyone, and welcome to the Adams family to the Joyce family, or vice versa. I don't know how you work that, but I've had a little bit to do with Simon and Jill, a little bit to do with Helen, met her a couple of times, had nothing to see. Had a very good day on Tuesday with Angus and Ben, but he's not family, he's just a ring-in. Forgot his wallet and I was expecting to get a cut out of it, got nothing. So firstly, on behalf of my wife and I'd like to welcome the Adams family to us. Hopefully there will be Christmases and sharing of grandchildren, yep. which is soon. So bring on March, all the best. Hopefully you enjoyed the day. Tonight's going to get better, and get right on the same Zoe, don't forget. I haven't really got too much to say, but here's to the Adams family, to Zoe and Digby.
Yes.
Thank you everyone, and welcome to this amazing occasion. It's it's pretty heartfelt to see these two so in love, and we wish them all the best. Now, 10 days ago, this seemed a long way away. As I was lying in a hospital in Vietnam, not knowing if we're actually going to make it or not. We'd had a good week of travel, and then it all went to custard. One little barmy roll, and it was crap, literally. But Vietnam was good. It did me a favour. I lost 5 kilos, 2 chins, and 5 centimetres off my guts. And as I look around the room, there's a few of you that should go to Vietnam. Not naming anyone. Now, Digby, Peter, Sorby, Adams, you were a shit of a kid. At the age of about 18 months, you decided you didn't want to sleep. So every night, between about 1 and 4, I got up, laid in front of the telly. Oh, poor Digby, poor Digby. This went on for months, and it's only when he went to stay with his grandmother Jo that she worked out that the little wuss was afraid of the dark. So got him a nightlight and he slept straight through. It was pretty obvious that Dig, as he grew up, was going to use his hands as a profession, and there's nothing better than to be able to use your hands. Not there. If you buy Digby a bike, straight away he changed the wheels because it had to go faster. And if it had disc brakes, well, the normal ones weren't good enough, so he changed those. So it had to go faster and stop quicker. Now that usually resulted in Digby cutting himself. Not sure if it was for attention or not, because he had the middle child syndrome by this stage. But it did result in many injuries, but it did show us that his future was to use his hands. And that resulted in a stunning career at Intertech, where he gained many tickets and x-rays and travelled for shutdowns and got banned by airlines because he was too pissed all the time. But the best thing about Intertech was the subway around the corner, and this cute chick, as he described her, which I'll come back to later. Now, early in 2020, Dig said, "Can I come and work at the winery?" And I said no. And Jill said, "You're a dickhead," which she was right. As it's transpired over the last 3 years, we've soon learnt that Dig is not fit for office work. He hates office work, and he'd much rather be on a trencher, digging, as he's named, Dig, or building a barrel washer. And I've got to say, in my 40 odd years of working with and employing people, I've never seen a mind like his. I've never seen a mind that looks at something and just says, I'm going to go and design that, and I'll go and build it. It is an incredible skill that you have. Back to the subway chick. Enter Zoe Rose Joyce.
Adams.
Now, no. Not yet. Now, it's no secret that Zoe had been putting extra mayo on Digby's 12-inch for some time. Although he is an Adam, so it's a 6-inch. Scholar. And I remember sitting around the table on Gawler Park Road one night, and I was trying to teach him chemistry. And he looked at me and said, "You've got to be kidding." He said, "That makes no sense at all." So, the scholar side of Dig, wouldn't go to work. Digby will claim his AFL career was cut short because we broke his collarbone at birth. Others would argue that he had no skill at all. But Dig was smart enough, he was smart enough to work out that he needed to just ask 2 questions in life, and he would be set. The first was to ask the cute chick at Subway out, which he did. The second question was to ask her to marry him. And then Digby said, "That's it! Tools down, I'm done!" Because I don't have to make a decision for the rest of my bloody life. Because my wife will. Now Zoe is determined, focused, determined, belligerent, determined. And I think that's the charmer's side coming out, isn't it, Pud? Just the charmer's side. Now, there's many girls on the Eyre Peninsula, I'm sure, that are thankful that AFLW was not introduced 10 years prior. Because there'd be a lot of broken bones over there. And there's a lot of girls in Adelaide thankful that Zoe's body actually broke down before netball could kill a few more people.
We are not. We are not.
What you get with Zoe is an amazing heart, fiercely determined, always family first, and she has your back at 1,000 paces. Now what I've learned about Zoe is if she doesn't get her own way, holy shit, look at her. Because when she doesn't get her own way, it's normally followed by the stare. Now the stare, the head's on a tilt, and it's normally on a 45, and it's laser-like. It goes straight through. The first time I saw it, I said to Jill, "Hide the crystal! Zoe's got the stare." So here we are. Here we are. I said to Dig, "Just build a house, mate, and take it easy." Well, no, stuff that. Build a house, get married, and expecting. Now, when Jill and I went overseas a few weeks ago on that fateful trip, and Zoe and Dig announced to Angus and Sally that they were pregnant, I thought, well, it's opportune. You know, if something happened on the plane, I wanted our grandchild to have a gift. So we bought what I thought would be very formative for our grandchild, and it was a jumpsuit that was Carlton. So our grandchild has a Carlton jumpsuit, which Zoe promptly said, "I'm going to burn the bloody thing." So, here's to you both. Here's to you both. May your life be filled with love, lots of kids, lots of health, a bit of wealth, and happiness. So here's to Zoe and Dig.
First of all, we'd like to thank the most important people here tonight. We know all of them, we love them. They're all the main reason we're here. So let's all give a big round of applause to the bar staff. In all seriousness, congratulations to both Mr. and Mrs. Adams.
Okay. Good evening, everyone. For those that don't know us, this is Zoe's better-looking twin, Brooke, and I'm the youngest and most attractive sister, Maddie. That was whiskey. Wrong one. You both looked amazing today, and we hope that it was everything that you'd both dreamed of. It's been amazing, absolutely amazing, watching your relationship form over the years, and we cannot wait to see what life has to throw at you. Preferably that you give us a nice niece or two that doesn't reflect on the ones that I have. But we will love and spoil them no matter what. The best thing is that is a dream come true, and we cannot be more exciting to welcome our new little niece or nephew in March next year. He didn't. Zoe, you were a kind but also quite annoying sister growing up. You loved to fake an injury or two, especially when you tried to fool everyone by that time that you decided to fall off the motorbike and trying to tell everyone that your wrist was broken, even though you quite clearly could move it by shaking it around. You were the mum of us girls when mum wasn't around, ensuring everything was going good and to plan, even when we were driving home from tennis training one night. This was fun, considering I egged you on and said, Zoe, I bet you can't do a sick burnout in that car park just down the road from the tennis courts. Yes, admittedly, I twisted your arm, but guess what? It was an epic fail. You love a good drink, and you really don't know when to stop, or when you're going to vomit. Prime example was one year on the way home from the Carrington Rodeo. True Zoe style, you had to keep up with Dad, and clearly your drinking abilities were not so great. You thought you'd have a little sleep on the way home, and obviously were that drunk when I tried to tell you, or ask you, Zoe, are you going to spew? No, I'm fine, Maddie, I'm fine. The hiccups, the dry reaching were key indicators, but guess what? The I'm fine, just let me sleep was not how it ended, considering you projectile vomited into the front of the car, and poor Brooke had to stop on the side of the road, and the front passenger did cop a little bit of vomit in their hair. I mean, you probably thought it was a great idea to drink, but probably not as best to clean it up in the morning.
I can't say I agree when Dino gave you your licence either. The old Mitzi would be on my side. While cruising around the farm on several occasions, you found a few ditches, but one quite sticks with me. We had the stereo cranked, probably with some Aerosmith, or something else old school, beaten down the centre of a paddock when a ditch appeared out of nowhere. Zoe hit it at speed, both our heads hit the roof. Even the spare tyre had enough and ejected itself from the rear of the tub, landing a good 10 metres from where we'd stopped. We decided to stop laughing, collect the gear from the rear of the tub, including a bunch of tools. Sorry, Dad, if some of them are missing. Now, I know Zoe and I used to fight like cats and dogs growing up. Starting at a young age, I have scars to prove it. Mum was pregnant with Maddie, Dad was shearing. Zoe and I thought it was fun to have a race to a field bin and back. Because I was a speed demon and Zoe hates to lose, I've got a couple of strides in front of her and she decided to give me a push where my head is connected to the auger box at the bottom of a silo, splitting my head fair square open. Mum was 8 months pregnant with Maddie and we had a nice little trip to the hospital. I believe the gropey hole has a few necklace remains from where Zoe and I had a few countless fights there. I also have a scar in my right eyebrow where Zoe once again punished me for being the better twin. This time it was with a plastic fish where she literally ditched at me, luckily missing my eye, connecting with my eyebrow and dropping me on the arse. I did, however, once get her back, and discovered that golf was my game. However, I doubt Mum would agree.
Pixies.
One day we were belting balls from the front of the house out into the front paddock, and we had to head off to collect the balls, grabbing a stick and a bucket, roughly 10 metres away from Zoe. Finding the ball, Zoe goes, "I bet you can't get it in this bucket." To where I proved her wrong, chipping it straight into the bucket. Only thing was, it come off her thumb, causing it to swell and bruise instantaneously. We thought it was funny, however Mum did not, considering she had a state netball the weekend afterwards. However, I got yelled at. Zoe was the person that suggested it. But hey, even with all the fights and arguments we had, Zoe, I do know you've always got my back, and I've 100% got yours.
Digby, we want to welcome you to the family with open arms. We want to thank you so much for making Zoe the happiest we've ever seen her. We can't wait to watch your family build, but as for stories go, I don't have any to embarrass you with, unfortunately. But I just hope that you soon realise that keeping up with Dad and Hayden is a good idea, but sometimes also not. Considering 9 times out of 10, you end up pissed. We also have a little present for you. It's something small, and we know you're going to appreciate it.
You already got one there.
For those that would like to know, it's nothing inappropriate. It's actually some sunscreen. Considering Digby never obviously understands that he needs to wear it, or maybe doesn't own any, we're not sure. So we decided to get you some just in case.
I haven't seen you play a lot of sport, Digby, but I know bowling isn't your game. When accompanying Dad down the bowls club, they literally accompanied themselves with a few soft drinks just for a casual bowl. I believe your ankle took a turn for the worst. Stepping onto the green, requiring a fair amount of alcohol consumption afterwards to ease the pain. Now to finish it off, I've got a bit of a toast. So if the ocean were beer and I was a duck, I'd swim to the bottom and drink my way up. But the ocean is not beer and I am no duck, so let's take these beers and let's get fucked up.
Oh yeah! To Zoe and Digby!
Hi everyone, my name's Joe, I'm Digby's best man, if I haven't met you yet. I've met most of you.
Yeah, Joe!
I've never had to give a best man speech before, so naturally I googled what to say, and Google said the best thing to do is make it as long as the groom can last in bed. So that's about 5 seconds, so good night! Now, I'm just joking about the speech thing, but Digby in bed maybe not. I just want to say how beautiful the bride looks. You look absolutely stunning. And the bridesmaids, you look absolutely fantastic. Well done. Digby, you're looking alright too. And groomsmen, well done. Good work. Good work everyone. Bit of background, I met Digby in science class. I felt sorry for him one day, he didn't have a partner for Pratt, so I thought I'd better help him out. Soon after this, we got become really good mates, and he told me about all these special tests he had. Apparently he's had so many, he didn't register on their scale, so he thought yeah, so I thought I'd better be nice to him. And then that's how our friendship began. After this, he kept sitting next to me in classes. We spent time on weekends playing football for the mighty Angaston Panthers, and then potentially drinking a little too much on the odd occasion. He introduced me to fine wine. Expert tip, anything with atoms in it is premium. Barossa or Claire. Let's go. Heads up, everyone. A few years passed, Digby on Tinder with a girl known to the rest of us as Subway Girl. And she can make a sandwich so perfect. And the rest is history. I had the pleasure to get to know Subway Girl over the years, whether talking about football with knowledge far superior than Digby in every way, or some sort of sporting event. You're all over it, Zoe. It's fantastic. There we go. It's been great to watch you create a life and grow together. Your kid, your future kid, doesn't know how lucky it has to have you both as your parents. You're both amazing. I know you're going to be nervous, but it's going to be good. You two are made for each other, and Zoe, you will have to look after our boy. He's indeed special. I look back at the story of Digby and all those special tests, and I do believe he had so many, because what was showing was how big his heart and kind of person he really is. And maybe you're lacking judgment sometimes, but people rarely see this in a grand scale, so maybe they were just unsure what they were saying. Or I could be talking a load of bullshit, so that's it. So. No, you're not. Yeah, I wasn't going to share any dirty stories of us tonight. Like, it's unfair. Men's code, we're not going to do that. So, good luck with everything. I'm sure you will do a fantastic job in the future. So, yeah. Cheers to the bride and groom, everyone.
Alright, thanks everyone for coming today. It's been a beautiful day, perfect weather, perfect people, and it's been great. Zoe, you're looking beautiful as always. Bridesmaids, does the same. Groomsmen, for a bunch of blokes that aren't very good in the same room together, you've done alright. Thank you for being with me last night and today and everything else, and keeping me together even though I couldn't eat breakfast this morning. So yeah, I didn't really prepare much of a speech, so thank you for everyone for coming and all that. That was Zoe.
So I wrote a speech because I didn't think Digby was going to be at the point of speaking. Because sometimes we did speak about this, but I wrote a speech. So firstly, thank you to the bridal party. Bridesmaids, I could not have asked for a better group of girls. I know 2 of you are my sisters, but you all feel like them, so thank you very much. The groomsmen, thank you for everything that you've done. Thanks for not putting him in hospital after his bucks party or anything like that. Thank you for supporting throughout his entire life, whether it's a bed to crash in or just being there for him, so thank you very much. Mum and Dad, thank you very much for all your support. You have that forever home that we can come home to, and we do love our trips back to the peninsula, so thank you for that. It's not really lots of talking, but it's more listening to music and Digby sleeping. Jill and Simon, thank you for all that you've done for us. The support you've provided over the last 5 years has been amazing. Simon, you have a daughter-in-law, and so it's not changing on who I go for in sport. And
5 teams.
like everyone said, I go for 5 teams, but one of them is not Colton. Also, he did say about the what's it called? The onesie that he gave us. And I was going to do a joke. And I wasn't actually going to burn that. I was just going to print a picture and burn it. And then you would think that it's burnt, but I would always keep it for you. But for one photo only. Jill, thank you for everything. Thanks for the drinking until 3 a.m. that Simon hasn't been happy with at times. Especially at the beach that time, but we'll forget about that one. Helen, thank you very much for your support. And our first dinner that Digby was meant to cook.
3.
First 3 dinners. Yeah. We weren't actually at Digby's house, they're at Helen's house. So thank you for all the amazing cooking that you've done, your company, your welcoming nature. So thank you very much. Tim and Pam, thank you for the use of the car today. Sensational. We didn't really get to top speed, but maybe tomorrow. Everyone else, thank you very much. You all have an important role in our relationship, whether it's supporting us through sport or whatever it may be. Thank you very much. We also did have one person that couldn't be here, so Frances couldn't be here with us tonight, but I'm sure she's partying on the other side of the world. And we've been keeping her up to date with everything that's happening in our lives, so thank you.
Send her the video.
Yes. Thank you to our amazing caterers. They're probably out in the kitchen tidying up, but thank you to them. The grazing platter that you guys had was from the Freeling Netball Club. They've been amazing since I've moved to Freeling. As soon as the next door neighbour found out that I played for Freeling, I think I got 4 emails from the school, which was great fun, and then turned up and the pub already had a contract for me to sign. Thanks, Dominic. Thank you, Tanya, for your amazing sound and everything. Thank you very much. Jay for the photo booth as well. I'm sure people will keep that going all night.
Yeah, everyone use that later.
Yes. And the guys behind the camera, thanks Pete and Joel, you guys have been amazing as well. And finally, Digby. Thank you so much for your love, support, kindness, and being you. I can't wait for our future as parents together. And you do look very handsome today.